absolutely delighted to have two very special guests on my podcast today. And we're going to be talking about a really, really important subject matter, actually, which is holistic skincare. And we're going to be looking at how our skin is a reflection of our overall health, but very importantly, also how our choices on how we look after our skin affect our overall health and how to make the best choices. But before we delve into our subject, let me introduce my amazing guest to you. Now, the beautiful Lisa Harris is the owner of lisaharrisskinscience.co.uk. She's a holistic skincare expert. Lisa's one of the most sought after skincare experts in the UK, with a range of A-list clients, combining natural, holistic, high performance skincare with many technologies to deliver healthier, glowing skin. Her ethos is that skincare should be natural, focusing on rebuilding what's been lost due to the aging process and lifestyle choices. And alas, many of the current skincare or anti-aging practices are actually harmful or damaging in the long run. So Lisa's really passionate about educating us all on healthier options. So her ethos is to improve overall skin health, speak the truth about the skin aging process, and how to address this in a natural, holistic way. And Lisa's now incorporating the Asea redox products into her offerings, and we're going to find out why today. Now, Dr. David Silverman, many of you who've watched my show before will know Dr. David, an amazing, amazing doctor with a background in foot and ankle surgery. And Dr. David sold his practice several years ago and is now an Asea Ambassador Triple Diamond Executive. So how did he get into this? Well, when Dr. David's father was undergoing some very serious health challenges, a friend approached him, introducing the Asea redox signaling, knowing that it would really help his father's health. And when Dr. Silverman started really realizing the benefits of these products for himself, he started sharing it, and the rest is history. So as usual, all the links for our amazing guests will be in the comments box below if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please check the show notes. So before we delve in, let's start with the ladies first. Lisa, how are you doing?
Hello, that was just an amazing introduction. Thank you, Catherine.
Well, we all know how amazing you are. And just before we delve in, Lisa, I have to say you are the most perfect advert for what you do, because you look absolutely radiant. Every time I see Lisa, she looks this good in real life as well, I can guarantee.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Catherine. You look wonderful too.
Thank you. Dr. David, you look wonderful. It's a self-love club here. Now, Dr. David, you're in the USA. How are things with you over there?
Good. Well, I'm waiting for you. You're coming to cowboy country in a couple of weeks and near Dallas, Texas, but doing well. How are you, Catherine? And Lisa, it's so nice to meet you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you. At last, I get to meet you.
At last, hopefully in person soon.
I'm really great. And the three of us are really passionate about what we do, which is sharing solutions for people. And the reason I really wanted Lisa and Dr. David on together is their knowledge complements each other so much. Now, Lisa, before we really get into the nitty gritty of skincare anti-aging, where has your passion for this come from?
Just since I was a child, basically, I just always had this innate in me to look after skin. But the true essence of it is when I actually suffered myself terribly acne, and I never forget that feeling of, my self-confidence was knocked, I was bullied, and it's from that I did a lot of research into sort of like trying to get rid of my acne, but it had to come from within. So I found out the hard way, and just looking into natural skin treatment, skincare, the environment, the food, the whole thing. And when I saw, if I using sort of like good, healthy food, good skincare, slowly but surely I saw it dissipate. So not using any toxins, by the way. And there was that feeling that just got me onto the path really of holistic skincare and skin treatments. I just wanted to help people out there. It was so needed, and I'm still needed today, I think.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. And Dr. David, this is a common problem, isn't it? That, well, a good thing really, that our bodies are always giving us clues And Lisa's approach is really special in terms of the fact that when she had her problem with her skin, she didn't just adjust it from the outside in, she addressed it from the inside out. How important is that for people to understand?
Well, you know, my training was traditional training. So I was board certified in foot surgery and foot orthopedics, and I own my own practice, my own surgery center. I was trained traditionally. And I will tell you, in the traditional medical education system, you're not taught about nutrition. You're not taught about so many things. Basically, you're taught to make a diagnosis and either prescribe a medication or perform a surgery to correct the problem. And you know, what it's interesting, Lisa, what drove Lisa into looking into a more natural approach was a personal problem. And I found in basically 30 years of wellness now, I'm almost 63 years old, and I feel like I'm 26 thanks to this product we're going to talk about. But most people that leave the traditional box, so to speak, like take a medication, I found it's for two reasons. One, they're either raised that way, their parents are already out of the box and they know natural things, and that's the way they're raised, or they weren't raised that way. They have a problem that's not being solved by traditional medicine, and they seek something else and they don't believe it's going to work, whether it's acupuncture or redox signaling molecules or nutritional, and it works. And they're like, wow, if that worked, what else is out there? And that's what happened to me about almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago. My mom had a real serious problem. Somebody recommended something natural. It worked. And it set me on this path of, wow, there must be a lot of things. And there are so many things out there. So, you know, Catherine, you and me and Lisa, we all speak the same language. We know there's a way to live younger longer, let alone look younger longer. I mean, looking younger is one thing, which is nice. Everybody wants to look nice, but it's quality of life. I mean, I don't care how good I look if I'm lying in bed, you know, and I can't move when I'm 80 and I look good. Great, I look good. But more importantly to me is I want to be functioning at 80. I mean, at 60, almost 63, I feel like I'm 26 years old. I like that. I want to live younger longer, and I want to help other people, empower them as you both do, to live younger longer, as well as look younger longer.
Yeah, definitely. And you hit the nail on the head there. And it's definitely, when I see clients coming into me today, to focus on skin health, you have to focus on the inside. So it's definitely the food, it's the vitamins, the Asea definitely helps. I mean, it's just a godsend to my clients at the moment, treating inflammation from within. A lot of inflammation on the outside definitely starts from the inside. So we need to balance things within the body. Happy cells, happy face, that's what I say. So
Yeah.
and that's what keeps you young. So food definitely is the most important, but clean food, you know, organic food, it's so important to get those results. So inside, and then I can treat on the outside with certain sort of energy treatments. Also skincare is vital. It's the same as like brushing your teeth. You've got to look after your skin. You've got to incorporate that every day. Whether it's pigmentation, whether it's, you know, acne, whether it's just anti-aging in itself and hydration, it has to start from within.
I love it. And you are so experienced, Lisa, in terms of the products you use, and you use such a range of holistic therapies in your practice and also products. So what are some of the main things that you're looking for for your own personal use, but also very much advising your clients on what products to use? Because there's a lot of nasty stuff out there, isn't there?
There's so much. There's actually so much out there. And I obviously I've tried so many different product lines, you know, 250 cosmeceutical product lines. I've learned over the years there's only so much that actually works in the skin. So I tend to stay away from, you know, these chemical peels. I think they thin out the skin. Also cleansers, you just need one cleanser, you know, just a simple cleanser, gel cleanser. With slight enzymes. So I tend to stay away from like AHAs and things like that because it's thinning the skin out, and also it's destroying the microbiome on the skin as well. So definitely just like a very gentle cleanser. Serums are really important. Hence, that's why I love the Asea. It's so important that we build up. So all the molecules are very different and sort of like act differently within the dermis. So it's really important that we start to cleanse. take the top layers of the skin, if you like, and then we can go into a beautiful serum, which is hydrating hyaluronic acid, or the sort of like any sort of like enzymatic kind of effect on the skin, and then you can moisturize. It's very simple, really, but it's actually using the right ingredient. It's not the brand, you know. I know Asea is brilliant, but it's not just these expensive brands. It's actually what's contained in those products that's so important to give you life in your skin and give you that wonderful glow. So, I mean, ingredients is the key, basically, to good, healthy skincare, definitely. As well as your diet. I keep saying, I keep repeating it, but diet is so important.
It's so true. None of these things are a substitute for healthy lifestyle choices, and that's why I love what both of you do. Is you really take people that you're working with on this journey of education, so that you can not only make healthier choices and see the results as you go along. Dr. David, I know both of you know that cellular communication diminishes as we age. Can you talk us through that process? Because Lisa works a lot with people who want to, all of us want to look younger longer, don't we? So talk us through how what the Asea is really, David, in terms of the redox signaling and how it helps with that communication and anti-aging.
Sure, absolutely. I know people, I'll give you the basics on this because we have limited time, but I know the people that are really serious about living younger longer and looking younger longer, nicer skin, all of that will reach out, and you can provide them more information, but I'll just give you the basics. So we all notice that as we age, we change, you know, as every decade of life, you see more diseases, you see more wrinkles, you see more cancer, you see more heart attacks, you see more hormone problems, you see more depression, you see all these things worsen as we get older. And the question is, when does the decline really start? Right? Because when we're children, we run around, we have tons of energy, we fall down on the playground, we go to school the next day, we don't even feel it. You know, you fall down on the playground at 50, you're going to be hurting and probably in physical therapy, right? But the decline really starts at puberty is when it starts. And people don't really think about that and say, no, we don't decline at puberty. We do. A 20-year-old girl versus when she was 10, you look and say the 20-year-old is faster, stronger, all of that, and just as healthy. Well, she may appear just as healthy. She doesn't have diseases, but she's not as healthy as she was at 10. Because if she falls off her bicycle and breaks 2 legs and bangs her head at 10, she's going to heal, have surgery, she'll heal. At 20, she's going to heal also, but she's not going to heal those fractures as quickly as she did at 10. You just don't bounce back. Something changed at puberty, and I'll explain. But then let's say she falls, same accident at 50. She breaks 2 legs and bangs her head. She might die. She isn't going to heal as fast. She could have complications, be in physical therapy for a long time. She's not bouncing back as fast as she did at 50. If she gets hit, she falls off her bicycle at 85, breaks her legs and bangs her head, she's probably going to die, right? Either on the street or complications from anesthesia, blood clots, pneumonia. You know, she's just this, but the decline started at puberty because the 20-year-old and the 10-year-old, they don't heal as quickly. Well, what happens at puberty is something in our body starts to decline, and it's our mitochondria. And our mitochondria in all of our cells, except for our red blood cells, the mitochondria is called the power plant of the cell because it produces the molecule we burn for fuel called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. But during the production of ATP, we also produce something called redox signaling molecules. When I was in podiatric medical school on a biology major in the 80s, we didn't know this. This came up in the 90s, this whole science called redox. But so bottom line is, when we're young, what's in this bottle is redox molecules. We all make it. We have it in, I have extra in it because I drink this, but if someone's not drinking this, they're already making it, but they made more when they were younger. So when they're 10, they're producing a lot, 12, 13. And then when they hit puberty, they start producing less in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I'm almost 63. My cells are making this much, even without this, I'm making this much. But I drink this, it's like a biohack, and I raise my levels up to what they were of these redox signaling molecules. You mentioned how important signaling is. And so I have this much in me. So my body functions the way it did when it was younger. And so people say, well, what is it? What's redox molecules? Well, our body makes them from saline, literally. So this stuff, the ingredients say what goes into making this, It says sodium chloride and water, which is what does go into making it. I can show you in a minute how to, anybody can prove that it's not salt water very quickly, that this is real. In fact, Lisa, you mentioned that your mom used it on her skin and felt what happened with her things that were hurting. It's really remarkable. But bottom line is, when people say, is it just salt water? Our bodies are filled with salt water. You know, when we cry, our tears taste salty. When we sweat, it's salty. When we get an IV at the hospital, right, they don't give us water, they give us saline because our cells are filled with saline. Well, our mitochondria float in that, and it uses saline to make reductants and oxidants, which are not salt and water anymore, but made out of sodium chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen. But bottom line is this: what does it do in the body, right? And there's a drink form of it, and then there's a gel form of it, and there's actually, do you have this one in the UK, the serum?
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
This, Lisa, you mentioned there's a lot of good products, and it's all about the ingredients. What's unique about this is no one has this.
Exactly.
This is a biotech company that developed a breakthrough for humanity, right? That was going to sell it to a pharmaceutical company until they got the sense the pharmaceutical company wanted it for one reason, to make it go away. Pharmaceutical companies do a lot of good in this world, but bottom line is they need something to be in business. They need sick people, and they need scared people, and they need ignorant people that don't know their other options. So they just go to the doctor and take the medicines. They don't want people living younger longer, unless it's their product that's helping them do that with side effects, because this has no side effects. It's in you. So what it does, basically, to answer real quickly, three things. It raises our levels of our own activated antioxidants, glutathione, SOD, catalase. Most people don't care about this. I'm just telling you what it does. It raises our own levels of antioxidants, which is powerful. 2, it amplifies signaling from cell to cell. That's why they're called redox signaling molecules. The better the signaling in the body, the better the body can repair itself. The body has to get a signal that there's a problem with a broken bone, or a problem in the prostate or the retina. Every part of our body is made up of cells. If our cells are healthy, we're healthy. Well, the immune system's job is to get rid of bad cells and have the body replace it with good cells. And it's happening all the time, but it happens much faster in children. You can see it with injuries. You also see it in young people. They don't have a lot of heart problems and liver problems and cervix problems and prostate problems. They don't have breast problems. They don't have problems. As we age, we see more and more problems, because the cells that were healthy, these are healthy cells, say in the breast, if they're unhealthy and they're dying and they need to be replaced with good ones, or they're mutating, they need to be replaced. Well, the signaling is key. The immune system's job is to come down and kill that cell, get rid of it, and then a good cell replicates itself, and you have a healthy cell. Well, how does the body do that? The immune system has to get a signal that there's a problem in the breast or the pancreas or the liver. The signal comes from the good cells that detect the problem. They call for help to the immune system cells that are like millions of little ambulances waiting for an emergency call, right? The immune system gets the signal, like I say, comes down, kills the cell, gets rid of it. The good cell takes its place, right? What do redox molecules do? They don't cure you. They don't heal you. They amplify the call for help. So when you're young and you have a lot of redox molecules, the signal is loud and clear. So the immune system is just waiting for a job to take care of, and it takes care of it. You never know what's happening. As we get older, the signaling goes down. Instead of help when you're 10, when you're 30, it's help. When you're 60, it's help. When you're 90, it's help. And if the immune system can't hear that there's a problem, it can't respond. This stuff just amplifies signaling. It also amplifies signaling from the gene to the cell. A double-blind placebo-controlled study, 8 weeks, shows that every person that drank this versus the placebo, which was saline, every person that drank this, their genetic expression increased, which I don't want to get too deep into the science, but the genes turned back on. And it is absolutely an amazing breakthrough for humanity that we're talking about skin. Well, what's skin made up of? It's made up of cells. And if you have old cells that are not really fresh cells, then you're not going to look as young. It's proven that the gel and I can show you, I have the results from a lab in Germany, Dermatest, that the gel decreases wrinkles, increases elasticity, hydration, all of it with no toxicity, no acids, no Botox. It's made from salt and water. It's just a different way to approach skin health and internal health than traditional Western medicine with surgery and pharmaceuticals, which are needed often. I mean, I don't bash pharmaceutical companies, because in a crisis situation, boy, I want medicines if I'm hit by a car or struck by lightning or whatever. But the chronic problems people have, the answer is just take a pill for it. And I don't agree with that at all, because I know the body, if it's given what it needs, like nutrition and redox, it can take care of itself.
Well, but and you know what, that's why I love introducing this to my clients, because it's universal. It actually treats many skin disorders, and there's so many sick people out there, and their skin is a reflection on the inside. So I can actually offer this Asea drink, offer the skincare, and you know what, I can actually treat inside and out, and that's what's
well. Let me just say one thing, okay? Because we're not allowed to say we treat anything. Okay, because we can't say that this treats any skin diseases or conditions or internal conditions. I was introduced to this 12 years ago. My dad had a very grave issue. No one wants to hear they have it in any part of their body, whether it's their prostate or their lung or their breast. No one wants to hear they have it, but no one would say it's going to help. Then this is not a treatment, because this is considered a supplement. When this company turned down the offer from the pharmaceutical company, they said, we're going to have this grow organically. People are going to see what this does. They're going to tell their family. They're going to tell their friends. And that's what's happened in the last 13 and a half years with this. But just, Lisa, just so you know, I've been doing this for 12 years. We can't say it cures, heals, treats anything. What we can say is it can't hurt you. You can't be allergic to it. It's in us all. There's no toxicity. You can't overdose on it. It's not like a medicine, and it doesn't interfere with medications. So people don't have to, we can't say it's going to help your condition. We can say is baseline everything in your health, write it all down. If it's your blood sugar, you're looking at your major problem, you have horrible headaches, or if you have ringing in your ear, or you have low mood, or you have a child on the spectrum, just baseline all those things, everything, right? And you have a money back guarantee on the product, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's as safe as water. Let's just see what happens. And you just track your progress every few days, and you watch what happens. And if someone has got terrible acne, they take pictures. If they have terrible psoriasis, they take pictures. And we can't say it's going to help. All we can say is what we can't say about medicines, 3 words: it can't hurt. And so open-minded people say, well, I have nothing to lose, I'll try it. Cynical people say, you know, I don't believe it, it's just salt water. You don't have to. By the way, when we get to it, I want to talk about how anybody can prove to themselves that this is real in just a matter of minutes. But whenever you're ready to do that, we'll do it.
Do that in a minute. It's such a good one. Lisa, you are very supportive of your clients. And one of the things I really love about you is you try everything out yourself, with family members, before introducing it to clients. So talk us through some of the experiences you and your family have had personally.
It's just my mother. You know, we met at a conference, and from there I was introduced to the gel. My mother was in so much pain. She was diagnosed with something, and she was on these different medications, but she was just having the side effects of it, was just this aching pain. So I just said, try the gel, and it kind of helped her, you know, to have a better quality of life. Then I introduced her to the actual drink. Her energy is amazing. I mean, it's just soaring through the roof. She looks well. My father's on it, my brother's on it, my sister, my clients, my friends, and it's just amazing. It's such a simple ingredients, and what it does within the body, it's just another level. I'm just so happy to be introducing it to my clients. And I've experienced my skin's amazing. Obviously I can pick up on it straight away, and I just notice this instant light from within. It's just amazing. I wash my face in it, I put the gel on it. I mean, it's fantastic, and it does sort of like aid well-being within, you know, for my clients as well. It does speed up healing within if I'm doing like laser treatments and stuff like that. It does help to speed the healing process up. So I just thought you might want to know that, but it's just absolutely a fantastic product.
Love it. I think you should show us, Dr. David, about the test when people say it's not just salt water. Now, I've done this on so many people as well. And I can say even the most skeptical people have been like, oh.
Yeah.
So talk us through how people do
Okay.
that.
I will, and I'll show you a slide that shows it even better. What Lisa's done is what we all want to do. We don't want to recommend it to people until we know that it's real, because we have reputations to protect. And I had a medical reputation to protect. You all have your reputations to protect. And it's all hearsay and words and data and reading books and going to websites, until someone has an experience with it, it just changes. I mean, it's all of a sudden, it's like, it's real. My God, it's real. So there are different ways to validate it. Let me share my screen real quick, and I'll show you what I recommend people do with this. And I always give credit to my friend Debbie Wetzler. This picture was taken just before COVID, the end of 19. This is my friend Debbie. She brought this to me and my wife, Wendy. So Debbie is 70 years old here. Wendy and I are about 59, 60. This lady just had her 13th grandchild, Denny Robinson. You're going to meet all of these people when you come to the US in a few weeks, Catherine. But let me just share this. Okay. So there are different ways to validate this and the timeline. And there are reasons why people want to validate it. And this is the validation is key. I mean, until you know it's real, like I say, it's just, there's always someone online saying, oh, it's just salt water or whatever. So why do people validate it? Well, they want to know it's real to see if it's worth their investment in their health or their skin. They want to know it's real before they recommend it to other people. And some people are entrepreneurial and say, look, I want to be part of this. I want to be part of bringing this to the world, right? And the ways to validate it are independent third-party studies, but most importantly is personal experience. I mean, I guarantee you, Lisa, I saw your eyes light up when you were talking about your mom and what you've seen in your family. It's because you've seen it, right? It's not words or studies. And then how much time do you need to validate it? Well, the drink, it can be 1 to 90 days. And I know when people call, Catherine will guide them through how to do this properly. But the gel, it only takes 10 minutes. Anybody that wants to know that it's real can know it's real in 10 minutes. And so how do you validate it? Well, take pictures of your skin. I mean, pictures do not lie. I have thousands and thousands of pictures. Okay, we say simply younger, simply stronger, simply Asea. So this is skin cells. So just take pictures and zoom in on your skin. And the gel is just one part of a whole skincare system that they have. You want to look younger, use the gel. You want to look a lot younger, use the whole system. So this is the lab in Germany. And it was a 28-day trial. And this is what they found. Dermatest is the lab. The highest rating they give any product is 5 stars. They gave it 5 stars. No toxicity, no acid, no peeling. It actually helps the skin go from the bottom layer to the top faster the way it did when we were younger. So you've got younger cells on the surface. So you look younger because the cells are younger, right? Take picture. These are more serial photographs. Just keep taking photographs and you can see the change. Take pictures of everything. Take pictures of scars. Take pictures of skin issues. We can't claim it's going to help any skin issues. Just take photographs. If it helps, then God bless you. We're just not allowed to say that it's going to help anything because it skin conditions. Women reported that their cellulite was getting better. So the company sent the product back to Dermatest and they proved it works for cellulite. You just use it and take photographs and you'll see, right? But the drink version, people baseline everything in their health. But I want to get to this. This is all about the drink. I want to get to how to know it's working very, very quickly. The drink, give it 90 days. 90% of people by day 90 are stunned by this. But some people want immediate validation in 10 minutes and you use the gel. And it's not for wrinkles, okay? And this is where it's going to sound kind of strange because this is what it does for aging skin. But this is what I'm about to show you is what stuns everybody. If they do this test on 5 or 10 people, say they do it on 10 people, it's a 10-minute test on 10 people. What do? They find 10 people who are hurting. Okay. We don't say pain. We just say hurting. Their elbow, their back, their neck, their knee, a menstrual cramp, whatever it is, and say, give me 10 minutes and tell me if this gel helps you. And it's 1, 2, 3. 1, they assess the level of hurting on a scale of 1 to 10. 2, they apply the gel 3 times in the first 5 minutes. And 3, at 10 minutes, you ask them how they feel. So what they do is they rate their discomfort level on a scale of 1 to 10. They take the gel, which is clear. It's the same as the drink in a gel form. There's no smell. There's no greasiness. I'm putting it on my face. But what they're going to do is put it where it hurts. So the neck is a 1 out of 10. It's just a little sore, or they can't move it. It's a 10. Or their hand doesn't shut, or they can't. Some people would say, I don't have anything that hurts me. I'll say, well, can you go up and down on your knees like this, holding on to something or not? And a lot of people say, well, I don't know. And they'll go down and they have a hard time coming up. Rate the discomfort level, 1 to 10. They shake up the gel. They apply it once. It dries. They apply it twice. It dries. They apply it 3 times in the first 5 minutes. And at 10 minutes, ask them how they feel. Now, I will tell you that this stuns everybody that does this. If they do it on 1 person, it may. They do it on 10, they will absolutely say, okay, this is real. This is not salt water, because go put salt water on people. I'll tell you what you'll see. And they'll realize that it's very easy to validate that it's real, because I want those, you put it on those 10 people, and then you're going to ask them in 10 minutes how those 10 people feel. Watch what 9 of them tell you on average. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5, not 6, not 7. Watch on average what 9 out of 10 people tell you. And you realize, everybody realizes, this is real. They take it very seriously. When they read things online, all the positive stuff, they're like, this is great. But then they see negative stuff, people saying, oh, it's a scam, it's salt water. When someone has seen that, they've done that on 10 people, no one can convince them that this is not real. It's just they realize that that person is either ignorant, they haven't done the test that you just did, or they're just trying to sell something else and pull someone away from something that's real that could help them.
Oh, interesting. Can I ask you a question? So I was amazed what it did for me, the gel. How does it actually dissipate that pain? Like, just eases the pain straight away. How does it do it? Like when what is it?
We're not allowed to say that it alleviates pain, because pain is a medical term. Yeah. So if you listen carefully to what I just said, I never said it was going to work. I'm being very careful. This is the laws in the United States by the FDA. You have laws there in Europe, the European Union, UK. We have to be very careful in what we say. And I am always very careful. I never say it's going to help a disease. I never say it's going to work on pain. But I know with a money-back guarantee for a month, anybody can do this and they can draw their own conclusions. So the mechanism of how it does what it does, some of the things are, I explained what it does as far as what it does for signaling for things that hurt. It's not fully understood, but we do know that it's not a painkiller.
Yes.
Because if you take thermographic images of someone who's got a bad back or their knee, they got joint bone rubbing on bone, a thermographic image shows heat, and it'll show the heat that's there in the joint or in the muscles when they're in spasms or whatever it is. And you take a picture of it before. It's an expensive camera. It's a $50,000 camera. And I have those images. You take it before, then you put the gel on 3 times in 5 minutes. And at 10 minutes, you ask the person how they feel. And they're like, wow, how did it do that? That's pretty amazing. And then you look at the picture 10 minutes later, and you can see the change in the color. So if it was just killing pain, it wouldn't change the color. It has to do with, I don't want to use any medical terms here, but the nice thing is that it's very eye-opening to people. And they're like, wait a minute, how does this work for wrinkles and cellulite? And it just did that. So the bottom line is, we don't really know everything of how it works, but the bottom line is, healthy children have a lot of this in them. And all you have to look and say, okay, does healthy children have more energy? Yes. Do they have nicer skin? Yes. Do they have a lot of diseases? No. And say, let's just see what happens with this. And everybody, is it a leap of faith to try this product? Not really, because it's as safe as water and it comes with a money-back guarantee. It's just try it. I'm not saying everybody in that 30-day money-back guarantee is going to say, hallelujah, You know, I can see, I was blind, I can see now, but I can tell you that about 60% of people that take the product properly in the first month absolutely know this works. And if they do that on 10 people in 10 minutes, they absolutely know that it's real.
Definitely, yeah.
I love it. I love it. So in terms of we love it and we want people to benefit, because Lisa, when you're working with clients one-on-one, you advise them to go through that process, don't you? Because we get away from this sort of quick, you know, magic pill, take a pill and all your problems have gone away. So how important is that for you?
It's so important because at the end of the day, they're helping themselves, and it's not, I don't do anything aggressive here, it's progressive. And that's the same with supplements, skincare, everything's progressive. You want to build it up in the body, or skincare treatments and so forth. I just can't treat one with, but when I'm doing treatments here, because I do
You're allowed to.
on the outside, they have to help themselves from within. One does not work without the other. It's the same as I was working with LED lights 28 years ago, which was unheard of. And I was working with the whole spectrum. I mean, that's just a miracle in itself. You know, the vibration of each light, what it can do, resonate within the cells. Everything works at cellular level. Once you sort of like have that harmony within the body, open the pathways, I'm all about the communication with cells. That's what I do here with radio frequency and all kind of energies to improve the communication. I'm not blocking it with botox. I don't do it. I refuse to do it. It's a health hazard, and it's just killing the muscles. All about working biologically with the skin. And that's what I'm saying. This Asea, this drink is just, it's just helping, like I say, helping my clients. It works as part of my ethos within my skin clinic. It just stands so well within the ethos of my clinic.
Love it, love it. Now, for those of you that want to find out more, all Lisa's links will be below. Now, Lisa works with clients in the UK for in-person consults, so you'll have details of how to connect with her for those. If you're purchasing the Asea is got, you know, over 30 countries around the world that you can connect. And we've just talked about the main two products, the Redox liquid and the gel today. There's a whole skincare system. Lisa and I and our team are here to help you. So there will be contact numbers below. If you're in the UK, there'll be contact numbers for and emails for and links for Lisa and myself. If you're outside the UK, we have the team of people that can assist with that, because trust me, the ordering process, if you speak to someone to get that right the first time, we can make sure we get the right products for your particular needs at the best possible price. The website is much better in the USA than it is in the UK at the moment, just because ours is a little bit slower to be updated. So don't hesitate to reach out and we'll get you that, because we want everyone to have the best possible experience. Thank you so much for your time today. Any final words from you, Lisa?
No, it just everything is just, it's just an amazing product, really. If you need, Catherine and I are here and on the way to your healthy skin journey. Absolutely amazing.
Love it. And any final words from you, Dr. David?
I have two. One is that when they do reach out to get information, they'll get there's a website that people wonder, boy, I wonder if this can help my mother with her problem, or my father with his problem, or my problem, whatever it is. There's a website I put together that has no contact information on it. It's just information. But the site is called gettingyoungerclub.com. Gettingyoungerclub.com. Pretty much everybody likes that except for teenagers. Teenagers don't want to get younger. They want to get older. But gettingyoungerclub.com. And good, I answered a lot of specific questions people have as being on the medical board. But there's one here that I think everybody needs to know. And it's number 7. It says, what about my issue? It says, get the password from your Asea rep. And you can get that from when they reach out, they can get the information, the password. But these are videos of people sharing what happened with them with all kinds of issues. And this is translated into 28 languages. The most important thing to do is watch this overview first. And I'll show you how to translate it. I like empowering people to learn about this. So forgive me for taking an extra minute here. So they watch this, and then they come over to where it says, what's important to you? All right. And if it's blood sugar issues, they click blood sugar, and it sorts through all of the ones and pulls up the ones that have to do with blood sugar. If it's mental clarity, maybe you know somebody's losing their memory, or no, that's mental clarity, that's focus, but here's memory. Okay, maybe it's a skin challenge, which we're focused on here. Look at all the ones for skin challenges. And then you just read. You can just read what it says here. You know, each one is different, right? But every one of these has something to do with skin and other problems as well, because this doesn't just focus on skin. If you know a child on the spectrum, click spectrum, right? If you know somebody that's got sleeping problems, sleeping is a big one, right? So look at all these. So it's a beautiful thing. Mood problems, you know, when people, the women with hormone or men with hormone problems, click hormone. I mean, everything that you're seeing here, children do better with when they're younger, right? I mean, children just are better off. Also, one thing that they can connect you with is I do a Q&A on Saturdays and Mondays as well, and they can give you information. It's kind of a private Zoom where I answer people's questions and they can plug into that. So it's really important to reach out and don't buy it from third-party vendors. This product is produced in a US FDA registered production facility. I've been there many, many times. It's audited. It's amazing. And there is a way to get if you buy it from third-party vendors, there's counterfeit product, expired product. You know, if you're buying golf balls or light bulbs, buy them online. Don't buy this breakthrough for humanity online. You don't know what you're getting. Plus, there is a way that you can get the product cheaper over time than you can ever buy it from buying third-party vendors where you don't know what you're getting. So I just want to thank you, Lisa. It's really nice meeting you. I know we'll be. You're at the beginning of this journey. Catherine was there several months ago. My beginning was 12 years ago. It gets better and better and better. So thank you.
Excited. I'm very excited indeed.
Thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us. And any questions, put them in the comments below and we'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And if you feel inspired, please do share with your friends and family. My goal is to inspire as many people as I can to live their best lives, to stay curious and to raise their consciousness and that of the collective. So to do this, I need to reach as many people as possible, and this needs your help. If you feel drawn, would you be willing to share your favourite episode with 5 different people? This helps us spread the word and also helps me encourage some exciting new guests to take part in this podcast. If you feel drawn to do that, I will be very, very grateful. All the links and discount codes where applicable for all the products that I support are on my 2 websites, catherineedwards.life and catherineedwardsacademy.com. All of the products are personally tried and tested by me, my family, and my clients. And finally, please do press the follow or subscribe button, depending which platform you're listening on. And above all, stay curious and stay free.